is ANN News Brief.
I'm Lucy Adeyemi. Hundreds of thousands of Mauritians took to the streets on Saturday, honking and drumming in protest against government handling of the recent oil spill off the country's coast from a grounded Japanese ship. The protesters were also alarmed at the discovery of dozens of dead dolphins in recent days, with signs such as "You have no shame" and "Inaction." The protesters marched peacefully through the capital, Port Louis. It has been a month since the ship struck a coral reef off the Indian Ocean island nation. It later cracked under the pounding surf and spilled around 1,000 tons of fuel into the marine areas. Some speakers at the demonstrations called for the resignation of top officials as another protest is being scheduled for mid-September in one of the country's most affected coastal villages. The government has given no immediate reaction or comment. Officials in Niger said on Saturday flooding has killed nearly 50 persons and displaced more than 225,000 from their homes. The country's western region has experienced days of heavy rains that have caused the overflow of the Niger River. The flooding has basically shut down the capital, Niamey. The floods have washed away mud huts along the river and inundated rice fields. During his visit to affected neighborhoods and families, Prime Minister Brigi Rafini was quoted as saying the recently completed river dike rehabilitation work just before the rainy season began should have prevented flooding. The Prime Minister has promised additional measures to protect other threatened areas. Niger government figures show floods killed at least 57 persons and forced more than 130,000 persons from their homes last year. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
7 Western diplomats have issued a statement to warn Zimbabwe against using the COVID-19 pandemic as an excuse to restrict citizens' rights. The diplomat statement came as more than a dozen Zimbabweans are in hiding, afraid of reprisals for organizing an anti-government protest. The 7 countries, including the United States, have called on President Emmerson Mnangagwa to abide by his inauguration pledge in 2018 to respect human rights. The countries have also pledged continued assistance to Zimbabwe as it struggles with the humanitarian crisis created by continued drought and the COVID-19 pandemic. The Zimbabwe government says it would not comment on the statement by the US, Germany, Poland, Britain, Canada, Norway, and the Netherlands. But the country's information minister says, quote, "This is just a piece of rubbish." He said this is meant to stifle Zimbabwe from criticizing those countries, especially for what he called the illegal sanctions imposed on Zimbabwe. That is ANN News Brief at 10. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.